everybody! Time for the news. I've got a bad feeling about this. But here's Star Wars news. The taxation of trade routes to outlying star systems is in dispute. Hoping to resolve the matter with a blockade of battleships, the Trade Federation has stopped all shipping to the small planet of Naboo. While the Congress of the Republic endlessly debates this alarming chain of events, the Supreme Chancellor's leadership has been called into question by Queen Amidala of Naboo after Chancellor Valorum responded to the blockade with a proposal to possibly open a committee to assess the potential necessity of maybe investigating the situation.
I've come before you to resolve this attack on our sovereignty now. I was not elected to watch my people suffer and die while you discuss this invasion in a committee. If this body is not capable of action, I suggest new leadership is needed. I move for a vote of no confidence in Chancellor Valorum's leadership.
And so it looks like we're gonna be getting a new chancellor soon. The election is in full swing, and we'll get to that. But like, this is intergalactic news that could alter the galaxy, and a trade dispute? That's what was the final straw on Valorum, a wholly ineffectual, corrupt bureaucrat in the pocket of Big Blaster. But this trade dispute, this possible invasion committee, is what breaks the Bantha's back. Like, don't get me wrong, the Trade Federation sucks, and what's happening to Naboo isn't good, but to illustrate what I'm getting at, I want to talk about this cute little feel-good story. Human Youngling beats Sebulba, wins freedom in pod race. And first of all, nowhere in the piece does the Times point out that Sebulba's a flat hother who beats his wife and has ties to a Sith rights group, but whatever. The rest of the story, it's presented sort of to make you feel like, wow, there's still some good out there, you know? There's some hope. But, I don't know. Aside from the fact that pod racing is the most deadly sport, short and long term, and aside from the fact that we only really let prisoners, slaves, and younglings do it, aside from the exploitation and commercialism, and aside from the fact that Bloopus Moople still hasn't gotten a contract, I wonder why. And aside from the fact that Academy pod racers don't even get paid despite the revenue they generate, and so on and so on. Well, aside from all of that, the slavery and stuff, right? Like, hey, queen of a planet. Hate to interrupt your dispute on the, taxation of trade routes to outlying star systems, but, here's some news. The kid who won his freedom was a slave first. That's why he needed to win his freedom, which he did, force bless him, but also, his mom's still a slave. Lots of us are. There's just slavery here. So, like, if the Republic needs better leadership, maybe it could be on the slavery stuff? Valorum? Maybe? Is my point. Another thing that the Times piece doesn't mention is that the pod race won by the slave was hosted by Jabba The Hut, better known as Jabba the Hut, a wealthy businessman. Maybe you've heard of his barge, often referred to as the Youngling Express, and I don't want to have to explain why. The Youngling Express has been ridden by many of the Republic's elite, as revealed in barge logs leaked to the now-defunct My Knocker. The logs include, Chancellor Valorum. That's so weird. Also, Senator Sheev Palpatine and Senator Morp, spice magnates, Welbs Pierre Hulmany and Boff Weem, Alderaanian Prince Andrew, and former Chancellor Squallop Oon. So, I don't know. Maybe this trade route tax dispute it's like the first and it's the worst thing ever. But before we kick this walking sedative out the blast doors, maybe someone could just ask Valorum what Bib Fortuna, the person in charge of getting younglings for the Youngling Express, was doing at his daughter's wedding. Aisle seat, buddy. Anyway, in other news, Chumba Dawanga, Batupa Chono, Bagu Bapcho. Meanwhile, although the election for Chancellor has just started, it's already not a great time. Let's check out the nominees who are gonna step up and cut through the corruption and the noise, protect and provide, stop the endless Star Wars, hold the Womp Rats in Coruscant accountable. And oh, speaking of Womp Rats, here's some news: another feral Womp Rat attack outside of Mos Espa. If only someone had warned us. Interesting. But the candidates, all right, the leaders. Well, there's Sheev Palpatine, from the Jabba barge logs. So, cool. Also, he's the senator who incidentally voted for the Sarlacc War and can be seen on camera whispering into the ear of the Queen right before she called for a vote of no confidence in Valorum. But what I'm sure it's all on the up and up. Another candidate is Ainley Team, seen here being the guy who seconded the vote of no confidence in Valorum. And then we have Bail Organa, a senator who also voted for the Sarlacc War and is the husband to the queen of the planet he's senator of. And of course also a frequent appearer-inner of the Jabba barge log. So 2 out of 3, nice. Ainley was recently caught on a hot mic referring to Organa as Bantha P***, to which Organa's campaign responded, Discroony Dopot Slimo. So that's fun. No word on their plan for all the slavery, though. Meanwhile, in local news, I'm pretty sure Jedi were here, and they were the ones who took that slave kid. Because here's some news. 2 definite Jedi showed up outside Mos Espa recently. One seen here in their traditional brown Jedi robe uniform. The other seen here with his lightsaber, the famous Jedi sword only they have, that are made of light that can cut through anything. And I don't know, it's just... You come here, and you take this slave youngling, leave his slave mom, and all the other slave people here to fly off and do what? What did they even do? They just run security for the Republic's amazing senators? That's what you're using the Force for? Because according to your religion, the Force is a part of us all. It binds us all together. But you have more midichlorians, so you have the control over what's done with it. Hey, while you're here, taking a slave boy from his slave mother and leaving all the rest of the slavery here, if you I don't know, could have maybe told somebody in the government about the slavery we have here, would have been nice. Or even, here's some news, Tatooine Moisturizer Corps wants to build the MTD Stone pipeline right through Sand People land, all the while charging 10 credits for a drink of water and poisoning Anchorhead's water supply. So, I don't know, there's a negotiation for you, Jedi. Also the slavery negotiation. I mean, it's no taxation of trade routes to outlying star systems in dispute, but hey, I guess I don't have the right amount of magic bugs in my blood to tell me the right thing to do, which is apparently save a single slave for their weird police cult while ignoring the system of slavery present everywhere in the galaxy. Anyway, I guess my point is, maybe we could start talking about considering exploring the concept of a committee looking into possibly expanding the use and benefit of midichlorians to all people. Midichlorians can heal. They can probably, if utilized better, end slavery. Surely, at least one of the candidates for chancellor has some sort of midichlor for all plan. Ainley Team, here's his. Oh, no, sorry, that's his name, also in Jabba's barge logs, because all 3 of them are in it, because of course they are. Wow, what a clip that was from the show. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe to this channel as well as our other channel where the full episodes are. It's called Some More News. This is called Some More News Clips, which you know because you just watched it. Anyway,